Imagine waking up in a wooden house with no glass windows, the cold morning air slipping through cracks in the walls. The only warmth comes from a small fire that barely survived the night. There's no coffee waiting, no alarm clock, only the sound of roosters and the weight of another day of labor ahead. This wasn't the world of freedom and prosperity we like to imagine. This was life in colonial America. By the early 1700s, the 13 colonies were growing, from the frost-bitten lands of New England to the humid plantations of the South. But for most colonists, survival was a daily battle. Disease, hunger, and isolation were constant threats. And yet, people stayed. They endured. Because for many, especially immigrants and indentured servants, this harsh land was a chance to start anew. Every person in the colonies had a role. Men farmed, built, and hunted. Women cooked, spun wool, and managed the home, which was no small task. Children worked too, often from the moment they could walk. A typical family might rise before dawn. Breakfast was plain, bread, porridge, or maybe salt pork. Then came hours of labor. Fields needed tending, fires needed stoking, livestock needed care. And when the sun finally set, there was little rest. Candles were precious, so most went to bed early, exhausted, but grateful to have made it another day. Faith was not just religion, it was survival. Churches served as the center of community life, offering hope amid hardship. But not everyone's experience was the same. Wealthy landowners lived in relative comfort, their homes larger, their tables fuller. But for indentured servants and enslaved Africans, life was a sentence of endless toil. By 1700, slavery had become the backbone of the Southern economy. Enslaved men and women built the colony's prosperity with their hands, yet owned nothing, not even their own names. In towns and cities, merchants and craftsmen formed the middle class, cobblers, printers, and shipbuilders. Their success would help lay the foundation for America's first taste of independence. Life in colonial America wasn't all hardship. There was also community, creativity, and even, a bit of luxury for some. Meals were simple but hearty stews, cornmeal, salted meats, and cider. Clothing was handmade, linen in summer, wool in winter. And when there was time, people gathered for dances, fairs, and sermons that could last hours. But comfort was fleeting. A single storm could destroy a year's work. Fire was always a danger. Medicine was primitive. And childbirth, for many women, was a risk they faced again and again. Education depended on where you lived. In New England, Puritans built schools early, believing that everyone should read the Bible. In the South, education was often reserved for the wealthy. Most children learned at home, or not at all. Despite their struggles, colonists shared one powerful belief, that hard work and faith could lead to a better life. That belief would become the seed of something far greater, the idea of America itself. For those who lived in colonial America, life was not easy, but it was real. Every dawn brought another chance to survive, to build, to dream. And from their sweat and sacrifice, a new nation would rise. History isn't just written by those who changed the world. It's built by those who lived it.